stay, wanna live my own life, wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down. Wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too, I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in. I'll pack my things to go. Am I being naive? But it's my choice to make. It's my new rebellious way. Choice to make, it's my new rebellious way.
Hello, hello, everyone. How is everyone today? And what a glorious news-filled day it has been. I had initially planned to go uh, to go live a lot later today, around 10 p.m. because I thought, you know what? If they do release a new picture of Archie or video, it will be much later on in the day, well, at least during UK time. So, and nothing so far, but the day is not over, certainly in the US on Montecito time. But thank you everyone for joining us today, and yes, happy birthday to King Archie. Got a lot to get through today, a lot of exciting things, breaking news. One in the chat if you're shocked. One in the chat if you're shocked. I mean, I guess we had to wait and see, but you know what? I was convinced they weren't going to do something. We'll get into all of that today. Let's see who's here. Toya, name Toya Newell. And to think about, will probably be the last time we ever come for anything to do with the world. Yeah, I think this and things whenever that happens, that would be. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I think with these things now, I'm just like, whatever Harry and Meghan do, whatever happens. Give me thumbs up, please. Welcome everyone. This is everyone's streaming. Hi, Alita. Bonnie, hi. Hi, Lanitha. Jen Commonwealth, hi. Hi, Caesar Q, Valerie, SS. Yes, everyone, get out the drinks. Thank God it's Friday. Hi, Anna. Oh, is the sound not good? Oh, is it? Hmm. Oh, the sound is. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize that the sound was muffled. One sec. Um. Wait, let me try this. Is it good now? It's good now. Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right. All right. It was just a little glitch. Just a little glitch. Fantastic. Alrighty then. Let's get this party started. I do wonder what they're doing today. Probably a party at Archie Chicken Inn, I'm sure. Well done to all the squaddies who have been donating to the fundraiser. We are indeed doing a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen. This is an organization that Harry and Meghan have been affiliated with for some time. And they, of course, are currently doing quite a lot of work in Ukraine. So I will put the link in the chat box. And we are actually up to, I just checked it, 23,000. So the aim was 10,000. I've actually doubled it. It's currently 23,000. I took the screenshot earlier on today, but wow. I mean, we raised over 100,000 for Camp Fed. So there's nothing the squad can't do. That's the link, and I will pin it to the top. Please do give what you can. And well done to all the squaddies, and thank you to everyone who has donated so far. And also thank you to Sussex Squad podcast and Sussex Squad community for organizing that. Well done, squaddies. That literally went up from like 18,000 to 23 in like maybe like half an hour ago. I checked. Like wow, and this is gonna run all the way to Lily's birthday. So we will probably hit. Do you know what? I'm gonna say if we've done this in one day, we've got almost a whole month. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say 100,000. You know, I'm gonna say 100,000. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. But yes, the squad has been celebrating. Got some great pics coming out of Twitter. People making cakes, toppers. I believe that these toppers were made by Mia Squaddy. I think she made some for herself and then shipped them off to some squaddies, other squaddies also. So it's great to see the squad celebrating, making cakes. The royal family account did acknowledge Archie's birthday. It's quite interesting though that these are the only pictures that we have, well, that we know of anyway, that it's like they post the same picture almost every single year. I think it really says a lot about the fact that at least on the Cambridge side, they really did not spend a lot of time with Archie because there are barely any photos of Archie with other members of the royal family. It's like they use this picture, they use the picture of like Harry and Meghan when they first spoke to the press. So I'm sure that there's some nice other pictures of the Queen and little Archie, perhaps in private. But I find it interesting that they don't really have a lot of other photos beyond just the usual official ones that they use. And no surprises, none of the Cambridge pages have been posting about little Archie or wishing him a happy birthday. But we know that there's still space there. but it makes that space just more obvious. Um, Thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button, and yes, do donate to the fundraiser. Okay, so big news of the day. Yes, Harry and Meghan are going to the Jubilee with the children, but they will not be appearing on the balcony. Now, this is just my theory. I don't think that they wanted to be on the balcony. I think that they turned down the balcony. But that is just my theory. I'm not stating that's fact. I think this them spinning the narrative into Queen limits Jubilee, palace balcony. I think it's them trying to cover up the fact that I don't think Harry and Meghan wanted to be there at all. I mean, you had Eamon Holmes talking about throw them off the balcony, and the idea of them being on that balcony with Andrew also, I don't think that would have been a very good sight. I guess this also saves Andrew from embarrassment because I think that they were pushing for him to be on that balcony. And as someone said, well, it makes me laugh because the Sussexes are the only royals who work, also the only royals who pay taxes. It was initially thought that perhaps Harry and Meghan wouldn't go because of the polo. Now, when the polo match dates were first released, you had dates, but you didn't have we didn't know which games were going to be played when. So now we know that they are indeed going to the Jubilee, but just not on the balcony. I'll be very interested to see what they're going to take part in, where they're going to be seated. Will they be part of a procession? All of that. I mean, the world now, the world's eyes are going to be on the Jubilee. And my flight, I think, is on it's on June 1st. I land in my destination. So now I'm just like, oh, should I move my flight to the next day? No, it's fine. I'll do my podcast wherever I am. But yeah, I'd love to hear you guys and Doll's thoughts because this was a shock to me. Really and truly, it was a shock. Thank you so much, Kat Harlem. My company has match donation. 100,000 is doable. Yeah, I do think 100,000 is doable. Oh, is Edith here? Hi, Edith. How are you, darling? Hope you're doing well. Lovely to see you. Always praying for you. Cho, it's better that way. We know they don't care about Archie. It's a miracle he's still here. Yeah, Archie is every bit the miracle baby. Miracle baby, but incredibly blessed. Maggie Cambridge just posted a happy birthday message using the baptism picture. Yeah, but this was some time back, right? The only time I actually saw Kate with Archie and Meghan outside of official royal duties was an outing that they had, and she was with her kids as well. But what was interesting was that there were paparazzi pics, and it's not that often that you get those paparazzi pics like that. So I wonder if somebody had within the palace had tipped them off. But it's just very obvious. Well, now we know all the things that were going on that um, they were incredibly distant with Archie. Yes, Karen, that is exactly why Harry and Meghan I love because they give back, and the royals give back nothing. They smile and wave. Yes, Rahini, we know for sure because it's only going to be senior working royals. So the Magnificent Seven, I guess, Magnificent Eight, the Wonderful Nine, the Fantastic Four, whatever it was they were called. Thank you so much, Pele Prescott, for the super sticker. Who's confirming this? Oh, it was actually a Sussex spokesperson that confirmed that they would be there. SS, I think it's possibly the meeting with the Queen changed something. Perhaps she got them security for that event, and they said they didn't have to appear on the balcony. I guess so. Definitely something happened at that meeting that we will hear in royal biographies in 40 to 50 years. Cindy, the royal family are keeping the Sussexes behind the fence while the others are on the balcony. Well, do you know what? I'm actually glad they're not going to be on the balcony, and I'll tell you why. Because Dr. Shola said it. She said a picture of the royal balcony without Harry and Meghan is worth a lot less. Platinum Jubilee fact. And I love this because that's money that the press will not get, or a lot less money that the press is going to get. They wanted that balcony shot, so now they're going to have to get the Mexico Duke somehow up there. FYI, I don't actually think that Thomas Markle will be at the Jubilee. I think that Dan Wooten and certain parts of the tabloid press are trolling. Um, but I think that if anything, if he does come, you'll see him being hauled away by security. And like Pagan said, the balcony is indeed wherever Harry and Meghan are. That is the balcony. That's what everybody's going to want to see. I cannot wait to see what Meghan is wearing. Oh my god. I mean, the way she made the exit at the Commonwealth event with that green cape, and now her coming back, she's coming back with the most graceful but powerful defiance. Like, you tried to break me, and here I am. So I think she's either gonna go just very demure, like in this picture here, or very bold. Like, you tried to break me, and here I am. Can't wait to see it. I went on the link to donate, but it gives me debt relief and general fund. Which is it, please? I have no idea what you mean, hun. Wait, give me a sec. Let's have a look at that now. Um, might as well check it. Okay, so it says donate. Um, I'm not seeing I'm not seeing that option. Okay, maybe somebody else can answer Miss P Talks. Joyce, I always felt Harry and Meghan would be there if the Queen wanted them there, and Harry wants the children to see the Queen. Indeed. And Harry's made that very, very clear. Yes, he's a cute. I don't think that the Sussexes want to be on that balcony either. Like, the press is trying to spin it into, oh, the Queen has said that only senior working royals will be on the balcony. Like, this is not an L. This is not a loss to Harry and Meghan. It really is not. Like, they are lucky that Harry and Meghan and the children are coming. They are so lucky because now we know that um I don't think William or Kensington Palace was too privy to what was going on. I don't think they were, because if they were, there would have been leaks for sure. Because I think William or someone from Kensington Palace leaked something in I think it was the Daily Beast or Page Six, one of those, about not wanting the Sussexes to steal attention. And I'm also wondering if Lily will be Christian during that time as well. Sash, Harry and Meghan established a condition for attending the Jubilee. Lily must be christened in the same church as Archie. Possibly, yes. We could end up seeing some christening photos as well. That would be quite lovely. Oh, Edith, darling. I can imagine you are going through so much, but um, I, you know, it's so weird. I feel like the online world has become such a it's merged so much with our real lives that I feel like you can almost feel someone's presence through the screen. And I can tell from whenever you're in the chat that you are a very strong person, Edith, and we are all always praying for you. And healing, I don't think it ever stops, but it gets easier. And just know that the whole squad loves you, and we're praying for you always. And you're not alone, darling. And you know, you could be anywhere in the world right now, and you're sitting here on my podcast. Like that means so much to me. So thank you. Odessa, this says to me that something was truly up with the Queen with all those security breaches. I think Harry is doing the right thing. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with security around the palaces, and it's not okay. Helena, I think that was Harry's deal not to go on the balcony. If not, they wouldn't turn up. They would stay in the shadow. Yeah. Valerie B, I will be there by coincidence. Traveling home from the US but stopping in London that weekend. Oh wow. Have you got my email, Valerie? Do you want to send some pictures if you happen to catch any of the procession? Please do. To be honest, if I was still here and not traveling, I probably would have gone now just to see if I could catch a glimpse of them. Harry and Meghan, of course, not the others. Kim, the British royal family need the Sussexes, not the other way round. What bargain did did Charles strike? A restatement of the security, a royal questioning for Lily. We aren't getting the entire story. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, like, if Lily is actually Christian. Um, yeah, the whole weekend is going to be interesting. Everybody, grab your popcorn and put on your seatbelts. Yeah, Joyce. If they were on the balcony, Harry and Meghan would have to stand next to two hypocrites. Um, oh, sorry, would have to stand next to the two that backstabbed with the Daily Fail, and Harry and Meghan are not hypocrites, indeed. Okay, let's breeze through. But yeah, that is that. They will indeed be on the balcony, and as you can imagine, quite a few people were popping veins, popping capillaries, popping arteries, blood pressure going up. And here's piss moron. The Queen bans Harry and Meghan. No, they were not banned, son. And Andrew. Like imagine continuing to put the nonce in the same sentence as Harry and Meghan. Um Bans them for tripping a colour ceremony during Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Only working royals performing duties for her will attend. Massive snub to the renegade Sussexes and her shamed son. Good decision. You can just tell that Piss Moron is one of those people who um it just gets really offended that they weren't invited to the party, but it's not like you knew me, so why would I invite you? And he is definitely feeling the embarrassment of his show, which is slowly tanking. How much do you want to bet that come the Jubilee, um, his his show actually would have been cancelled? Can you imagine the day of the Jubilee? It's announced that his show is cancelled, or like the day before. Oh, thank you so much for your messages to Edith, everyone. This beautiful message here, dear Edith. Always remember that many of us are send light your way. You will laugh again, sweetheart, and in due time, the loved ones we carry in our hearts, we will embrace again. Indeed. Thank you so much for that beautiful message. And you know, as I know that a lot of people have an issue with the Queen because they feel that she should have done more, and yes, she should have done more, but I think at this point in the game, I think she is, mostly being handled, and I think just being in her old age, she wants to see she does want to see her grandkids, and at the end of the day, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. So until the whole truth and the truth and nothing but the truth comes out, and it will come out eventually, I'm just gonna go on Harry and Meghan's word that Harry loves his grandmother, and he obviously wants his children to be able to see them and her be able to see them before she passes, because time is running out. Um, yes, Lottie, regardless of where they stand, they are going to steal the show. Valerie, is your email in the description? Okay, I'll put it in now. It will come up in the chat. And yeah, if anybody goes to the Jubilee, please do send pictures. I mean, what are they going to say now that Harry and Meghan are going? Like, yeah, they're not on the balcony, and they're still going. They're still invited. Yeah, Jubilee. He's another one who loves Pedro. Yeah, Valerie, they're twisting the story because the Sussexes were invited. Sylvia, Piers Morgan is really too old to keep up his foolishness. He's so jealous of Harry and Meghan. I feel he needs help. Yeah, he needs help for sure. But I still believe that he's being paid or compensated in some way or protected for continuing to act the way that he does. Joe blogs. Now that we've seen Archie and Lily's skin tone, let's watch the hypocrites try to embrace them like everything is normal. Yeah, I mean, they showed their racism for children who are aggressively ginger. That's what they, especially William, because we all know it was William, showed their racism for. A whole mess. Thank you so much, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker. Lisa, why is Megan's name bolded? Oh, I think I had searched for Megan. So when you search someone's name, whatever you searched for comes up in bold in the tweet. It's not because Piss Moron had her name in bold. Don't worry. Uh, okay, so on to the next thing. Yeah, on to the oh yeah, and of course, Megan and Archie were trending. Megan trending with Jubilee, not Jubilee trending with Megan. Megan trending with Jubilee, and Archie trending in the United Kingdom. Amazing. Okay, so on to the next thing, on to the drama, unfortunately. So this came out today that Kate, who is the MMHA Alliance, is royal patron for Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week. She recorded a video about the importance of ensuring women affected by mental health issues during and after pregnancy are able to reach out for support. And of course, straight away, I mean, Omid's tweet got ratioed to high hell. Um, people forgot don't shoot the messenger, but that tweet got ratioed to high hell. And as Dr. Shola so rightly says, agreed, Duchess Kate. So when Meghan Markle was suicidal, needed mental health support during her pregnancy, why didn't she receive any from the royal family? Failed your own sister-in-law. Why would I believe you care about us? Practice what you preach. Indeed. She said nothing. She let a nasty rumor, Meghan made Kate cry, go wild. And what I also found interesting was I saw this article in The Guardian. It's only about a month old, and it was about baby death inquiry points to issues across England's maternity services. And it says that analysis, lack of staff, lack of training, and lack of oversight, all controlled by NHS maternity scandal. And it says it has been 5 years in the making. The independent inquiry into the largest maternity scandal in the history of the NHS began with one grieving mother looking for answers and ended up involving over 1,400 families and 1,500 clinical incidences. The deeply distressing story of Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital, where hundreds of babies needlessly died or suffered life changing injuries, is well known. Even so, when the final 234-page report by Donna Ockenden was published at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the details shocked many of those reading it. And we were told that Kate's big 5 questions and all this stuff that she's doing for babies and mothers, and mental health awareness and childhood development, that she had been working on that for almost 8 years. It took her 8 years to come up with 5 questions. And during that time, you had incidences like the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital. And at no point has she even made mention to incidences like this going on in the United Kingdom. So just all around, tone deaf. And I mean, the hypocrisy is just, it's wild. It's really, really wild. And as Dr. Shola went on to say, if the royal family didn't care about Meghan Markle's mental health during pregnancies, they shouldn't pretend they care about ours in Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week. Not even an apology that they messed up with her. Shameful. I can't take the royal family seriously on mental health. And I agree. Um, Joyce, everyone is going to be wondering where they will be. The Jubilee is 4 days, the balcony is a couple of hours. That is true. That is true. They could make some appearances, some solo appearances. Be very interesting to see. Madison, can Harry really trust the Met Police? I don't think that he can. Um, Darlene Pierce, paid by whom? Well, he took that now famous picture outside of Kensington Palace and said Team Palace. So I still have my suspicions that he was getting orders from upstairs. Yes, Sherry Wave. I do think he's getting either paid or protected. One or the other, or perhaps both. And also, let's just not worry too much about the issue of safety. I think by now, or I've certainly just learned to trust Harry and Meghan's judgment because there are surface level things that you can look at the press. And I think we've all kind of learned to read between the lines when it comes to certain stories in the press, like what they said versus what they really meant. And we can probably decipher the truth better than most people, but we never know the whole truth. We're never ever fully there. So we can only speculate and then watch for things to play out. Although, having said that, a lot of our speculation in the squad ends up being true. Yes, V. Dr. Shola doesn't play with these people. I just can't believe that nobody at Kensington Palace would have just said, you know what, this is not a good idea. Let's not release this on the day of Meghan's child's birthday. I don't know if this was an attempt to steal attention. Because I do find it kind of odd that they released this on Archie's birthday. But it is what it is, and sadly quite tone deaf. It's like they just want to continue without ever acknowledging anything that they did wrong. I don't think they want to acknowledge it ever. They're just hoping that it goes away. Okay, I'll just get through your comments before we move on to the next part. Wendy, Kate Middleton only cares on becoming queen. Well, it'll be queen consort. Everything else is window dressing. That's what it would, or that would appear to be the case. Sally, you just made a donation and had no problem. All right. Yeah, I didn't get any weird messages on mine, but if anybody else did, please do let us know in the chat. Uh, Dr. Substance says she needs to get Dr. Ashoka on the podcast. All right, I might message her. Yeah, there's a couple people who I've tried messaging, but it's um yeah, it can be quite difficult getting people's attention. But I'm really pleased on the guests that we've gotten so far. Joyce, what happened about the bullying investigation? It has been over a year and still waiting to know what happened. We know it's not true. Yeah. I wonder if that's a question that Megan is going to ask those courtiers. So about the bullying investigation, can I see the report, please, on the bullying that never happened? I do wonder where that is going to go because I don't want Megan's lawyers to let that go because to me that's libel. Ethany Pierce did mention the royals appreciated his comments. Yeah, but he'd say that knowing that they're not going to respond doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I have a feeling that it well could be. Okay, let's zoom all the way down. Lizzie, the more these headlines, leaks, and general nonsense pops up conveniently on Archie's birthday, it's like that saying, follow the money, or in this case, who benefits from this toxic snitching equals egg. Yeah, of course. It's only him, and everything keeps leading back to him. Rahini, Piers Morgan once said he was angry that Harry didn't leave Meghan for him. I don't think Meghan wanted to be with a married man. What a creep. Oh, what a disgusting man. I'm telling you, something really deep about Piers Morgan is going to come out. Something really like his whole when have you noticed like more recently, like his face really has that like rotten look, and they all start to look like that. You know how like Jimmy Savile's like whole skin and face like just started to literally rot like a rotting apple? Like that's what evil does to you. Yes, the news has actually been on TV all day. It's been all over Sky News. Kat Harlem, I thought the bullying case against Meghan was quietly dismissed. I didn't hear that it was. And Jenny Afia, who's Meghan's lawyer, appeared in the BBC documentary, and she never said that the case was dismissed. On hold? I don't know. I haven't heard officially that it's been dismissed. All right, so that's that. What was I going to say next? Oh yes. So Lily James won her harassment and privacy complaint against the Daily Fail online over 51 articles that the site published about her between October 2020 and February 2021. And all I have to say to this is, Meghan, girl, finish him. Finish him and finish him good. Get him. Get him again. Get him for me. Because if she can want a harassment and privacy complaint over 51 articles, I mean, how many articles has the Daily Mail written about Meghan? And it was actually Ipso that upheld the complaint. Ipso, for once, actually doing their job. And that's the part that surprised me more than anything. But I'm going to read some of the article out because it was quite interesting. So it says that Ipso has upheld a complaint made by Lily James against Mail Online relating to 51 articles the site published about her in a 4-month period. The Downton Abbey star successfully argued that the Mail harassed her in commissioning freelance journalists to linger near her home after she had asked them to desist. So we know that the British tabloids have sent reporters to the Montecito Santa Barbara area to keep an eye on the area for spottings and stories about Harry and Meghan. So something to bear in mind. The article goes on to say she told the press regulator the intense photographer attention had caused her to move home. So that's how intense it was. Just wow. The actress also convinced the press regulator that Mail Online breached her privacy with photos of her dining at a London restaurant. Ipso found that the number of articles published about James was not in itself harassment, but the persistent attention of journalists at her home was. Okay, so that's interesting. It was based more on their physical presence as opposed to their online presence. The Mail argued that the level of attention it gave James was protected by the European Convention on Human Rights. So they tried to argue that it was their human right to harass her? Let me just read that again. The Mail argued the level of attention it gave James was protected by the European Convention on Human Rights. This woman is an actress. She's not, she's not like an international terrorist who you're trying to hunt down. And you're quoting the European Convention of Human Rights. It goes on to say the 51 articles under complaint were published between October 2020 and the 2nd of February 2021. Some 18 were published in a single week. The articles published that week focused on James's travel abroad with another married actor. The regulator did not identify the actor in its ruling, but other Mail Online articles published in the period indicate the man was the Wire star Dominic West, who she spent time with in Rome. And the next month, Mail Online published photos of James dining with 2 people at a London restaurant. So according to Ipso, James said that she had intentionally sat in a corner towards the back of the restaurant so that she was not readily visible to other diners. Therefore, she said she had a reasonable expectation of privacy where she had taken steps to seat herself away from public view. Fair point, but I would still say even if she was sitting by the window, it would be fine. James gave a floor plan to Ipso of the restaurant. Like, this is the lengths that you have to go to try and defend yourself from these people, with her location that night circled to illustrate the point. The actress argued that Mail Online created a market of photographs for her, as a result of which a photographer had pursued her while she was in a removal van in an attempt to discern the location of her new home. I mean, can you just imagine how threatened your safety would feel? I mean, that's damn near doxing, really. Another photographer had approached a driver to ask them where she lived. Okay, that's harassment and stalker behavior. And I'm surprised that that wouldn't even get registered or you wouldn't be able to trial that as stalker behavior. Because can you imagine just the normal everyday man walking down the street, he sees a removal van and asks, "Oh, where does that lady live?" Or if my ex did that, that would be considered stalking and harassment. So the article goes on to say At the height of the coverage, she had been unable to return to her home due to the presence of photographers, and as a result, was forced to move address. So yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's quite a long article, but I think you kind of get the gist there of the lengths to which these people will go. But it's nice to see, and there's the whole article posted if you want to read the whole thing. It's nice to see that um, there could be, or that there is room for people to fight back against the press. And if Lily James can win for this, then Megan, girl, finish him, finish him off. Helena, Harry is a very intelligent serviceman. He will do whatever to keep his family safe. Harry sought out protection when he visited the Queen. It seems so. It seems something has been sorted out. Okay, Harlem, it was after her lawyer was on BBC. Okay, I didn't see it then. So do you think the whole bullying thing has been put to rest? I don't feel like they should put it to rest because that really they've continued to use the whole bullying claims as a stick to beat her with. So I hope it's not the last we'll hear of it. Yeah, Sherry, I think they're hoping that we will forget about the bullying charge against her. Every time they want to, or they haven't got anything current to beat Meghan with, they always bring back the bullying claims. Marsha, I know that the claims were dismissed because the individuals didn't know that Jason Knopf had filed the claim, but I don't know if that means that it's the end in terms of um, vindicating Meghan's name. I guess we'll see. Tea, anyone? Yes, tea, coffee, martinis, anything you want to drink on Archie's birthday. Yes, Bonnie, it's interesting that the bullying claims would be so quietly dismissed when they were very loud when they were accusing her. Really? I wonder if we can sue on their behalf. Wasn't there a case back when Michael Jackson died where the fans, like, I think they were suing the doctor or AEG, and I think they were actually awarded like £1 each in compensation for like emotional distress or something like that. So I don't know, maybe. I don't think Megan would want us doing that though. Uh, yes, Joyce, the UK press have gone pretty damn wild. They are going to rinse the F out of this until the Jubilee and then for a good week after. Yeah, Helena, God don't like ugly. Sylvia Fitzmoron did not know Meghan. I feel he started the harassment, accusing Meghan of ghosting him, and then he just kept adding more lies for harassment. He has a bad problem. Yeah, huge problem. Yeah, Reba, any attractive woman is hunted by the disgusting media. Similar story with Sienna Miller, but I think with her it was even worse because back then paparazzi culture back in the kind of 90s or like 80s, 90s in the UK, it was even worse than what it is now. Like now it's almost nothing. But back then, and I think partly it's because of like social media has kind of devalued pat pics. But back then you'd have like what you'd see in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, just packs and packs and packs of these men with cameras chasing this small woman down the street. Yes, show blogs. They're saying because of her chosen career, she has no right to privacy. It's insanity. Like I don't care what Lily James does in her private life if I'm a fan. Well, if I'm a real fan anyway, um, I think you should just let your celebrity, like whoever it is that you idolize, let them show whatever it is they want to show and respect that. And I love that the squad regularly avoids posting paparazzi pics of Harry and Meghan that are not at working events. I think that's amazing that we have all, most of us anyway, very much stayed on code about that. And I think we are truly a unique and dedicated fan base for that, a loyal fan base. Joe Blogs, yes, either way, they owe Meghan a huge apology. It's like they're trying to weigh Meghan down. I have a hunch they are holding back and waiting for the Queen to pass before pushing it. Yeah, they'll start with it again eventually. Yes, Joyce, without the results of the investigation, she is not cleared. They can say they brushed it under the rug to save Meghan from embarrassment, when in fact it's not true. Yeah, publish the whole thing. Please let us know how you were crying in tears because of a 5 a.m. email that nobody woke you up to read. You could have read it at 12 p.m. when your lazy self got up. Thank you so much. If you're all joining us, please do thumbs up. Yes, Lucy win. Always with a reminder. All right. Yeah, that was pretty much all. Just two last things. The Cambridges will be in Scotland, where they are visiting some homeless and disadvantaged individuals. They will visit the University of Glasgow and carry out a couple of other engagements. I really do hope that they give a little bit more than a smile here and there, which is what we know William loves to bring.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's just more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So you know.
Yeah. I hope, but I'm not going to hold my breath, that if they're going to go and meet with homeless people who definitely do not live in castles with golden pianos, that they are bringing some kind of initiative. I don't know why they continue to make these appearances without doing something other than the odd smile here and there. And homelessness, especially with the cost of rent going up, is becoming more and more common. Like I do notice more homeless people in some places. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we start getting the situation that um, a lot of places in the US have with the homeless encampments. Like it's not anywhere near that bad here in the UK yet. Like I've never seen anything like what I've seen in the US in terms of homeless encampments here in the UK, but I feel like we're going to start getting to that point. So I think nobody's really making too much of a noise about the fact that the remaining royals keep showing up to these press, um, basically just press calls without anything other than a smile here and there. But I think this is going to start catching up to them, and people are going to start asking, especially as things get worse. Um, what else are you bringing? What else are you doing to help the people? Um, yes, the paparazzi will be scrambling for their best positions because the Sussexes. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it all. Lynn, laws are passed against Paps and Diana. Yes. Yeah. But there was still a time, even after Diana, I have to say, like there was still a time where it was bad. I mean, think of what they did to Amy Winehouse. So I think that in the initial, like after Diana's passing, like in maybe the 1 or 2 years afterwards, things calmed down. But it did get pretty vicious again. I think Amy Winehouse is a great, sorry, not great, but a very sad example of this. Yes, Joe Blogs. It's the insatiable hunger for photos and gossip in individuals that feeds into this witch hunt. Indeed. I think what I love about the Sussex fan base is we really just care about Harry and Meghan's work and exposing the wrongs of a very damaging institution. Like that's why I love this space. Not just for mindless gossip of, you know, who's sleeping with who and, you know, who stabbed who in the back. Like I feel like this whole situation with Harry and Meghan is so much more than Harry and Meghan. And there are some really deep things that don't often get talked about in the mainstream press. And I love that we've created these spaces where we can talk about those things and people can hear the other side. Wendy, Met Police, tabloids, and the firm all coordinated smear campaigns to belittle the Sussexes and their supporters. And they continue. And they continue. And I think one of the things that irritates them, and this is why I'd say to anybody who has a Sussex Squad platform, is to just be careful because they haven't been able to infiltrate the squad so far. And I've got no doubt in my mind that they want to try and they will continue to try. Susie, Duchess Sister says, "Did you see what Disney did for Archie's birthday?" Yes, I did, but wasn't that it was for one of his previous birthdays, wasn't it? It was that really cute cartoon with Winnie the Pooh, wasn't it? It was adorable, and you had like Winnie the Pooh taking a book to Harry and Meghan, and then Harry and Meghan reading it to the baby, and Winnie the Pooh like sitting by his side. It was the cutest thing ever, and certainly no royal. Sorry, let me just take this picture off. No royal has, or no royal baby has ever had anything that adorable done for them. Marilyn King, I hope they carry sandwiches at least. Oh, do you know what? They're probably gonna take homemade brownies trying to copy Meghan and then not realize how tone deaf it is to take brownies and cakes for homeless people. I bet you that's what's gonna happen. Yes, Jacqueline, they're going to see homeless people while planning to get yet another home. And then they'll go back to their one of their 100 castles. Yes, stay in your castles. Your castles with the golden pianos. Yes, Mercedes. Disney did the most beautiful little tribute to Archie for his birthday. It was adorable. Baron had a video of William dancing on that tour. Yeah, I've seen that in his live chats. And him shaking his hips and flicking his head on a loop. That was hilarious. Please play it here. I don't have that clip. But I'm sure upon request, Baron will play it on repeat because it is just the funniest thing I've seen in a while. And at one point, like he actually goes to pull away from her, and then she pulls him back, and he's all like sweating it out. Oh, it was so awkward. Lynn, I believe something happened in Hollywood after Diana, and Congress is very harsh with laws about paparazzi. I don't know if they were harsh enough though, because I'm thinking of like late 90s, early 2000s celebrities of like hundreds of paparazzos like swarming around Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears. So I don't even know harsh enough. Yeah, Marie, the tribute to Archie, that was done when he was born. It was adorable. Look it up. Sylvia, what can you, all as citizens, do to help stop the tabloids from being a deadly vitriolic beast? Is the tabloid the main source of the news? In the UK, yes. There's no differentiation from mainstream news and tabloid news. The tabloid news is the news. That's why you've got Daily Fail as one of the biggest sources of news, and The Sun, and the Mirror, and even other sources of news that look relatively respectable, like Telegraph, Times, they're all owned by pretty much the same entities. Do I think that Disney will pick up Pearl? I'm sure that someone will pick up Pearl, but there's no saying who it is. Yeah, Marilyn, they're gonna give homeless people diabetes. I'm telling you. Yes, Joe Blogs, just like Carolyn Flack also. I really do think that they need to start treating um like tabloid harassment the same as like physical in-person harassment. Because with Lily's case, it was because of the physical harassment. So if it was just a tabloid harassment, I don't think she would have won that case. Cat Harlem, they did the Winnie the Pooh cartoon when Archie was born. I don't understand why people are acting like it's new. I think it's just because people were reposting it and maybe some people have actually never seen it. I'd actually forgotten that they'd done that until Omid retweeted it today. Oh, we're on 25K. Archie's birthday already. All right, I just wanted to leave with one last very nice positive thing that I saw on Twitter today. I'd never seen this before. And I remember that one of the narratives that the press tried to spin about Meghan on her wedding day was that her friends and her childhood friends and that her family weren't there at the wedding. And this is Benita, who is one of Meghan's childhood friends. Meghan is godmother to Benita's daughters, Remy and Rylan. Both of them were part of the wedding ceremony as bridesmaids. And there they are in the bridesmaids' car, and also photos from throughout the year. So it's amazing to see that Meghan has actually kept some child through all of this. I did actually keep childhood friends and that's not because Meghan isn't a nice person. She's obviously an amazing person, but the toxic nature of the press, and I'm sure how they would have tried to go for her friends and family, must have put a lot of pressure on everyone around her. And there were some people, I can't remember the name of the friend, one of them who stabbed her in the back, who did indeed take money from the fail. So it was great to see this, and I think it goes against the narrative that Meghan, she hasn't kept friends and that she uses people and discards them. You can see that she is loyal to others as they are loyal to her. So with that is going to be the end of the podcast. We'll finish with your comments. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. Thank you for all the super stickers and super chats and new members also. I think there's almost a new member every single day. Highly appreciate it, all of you. And yes, happy birthday to King Archie. Sir Archie. All hail the king. Oh, hello, B10 Pal. Just in and out to say happy birthday. Thank you so much. And don't forget to donate, everyone. What designer do we think that Meghan's going to wear for the Jubilee? Do we think she'll go for a Californian designer or a British designer? I think she'll go for a British designer. I think so. Vinny, the Queen's dresser has accused her of driving her to drinking due to bullying, and bullying has been accused of bullying everyone at KP, shouting in general and bad temper. In 3 books, yeah, that is actually very true. And I wonder if Angela Kelly, there she is, getting an award, if she will be is she actually still the Queen's dresser? Because after making those comments, she pretty much just like broke an NDA, and they did not make the Queen look good at all. I mean, it's quite unusual that anyone within the household would speak about the Queen in the way that Angela Kelly did, driving her to drinking, but somebody so close to the Queen also. And it's like this doesn't seem to have really registered. Like nobody's really even outraged about the fact that one of the Queen's closest aides basically accused the Queen of bullying. So I do wonder if she will be what capacity she will be at the Jubilee or involved with the Queen's preparations. And Agnes, there is a huge merchandising potential for Pearl. Toys and dolls, wait and see, it will be bigger than the Netflix deal. Do you know, I didn't even think about that, and that is so true. That is actually so true. And I'm sure mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters will be wanting to buy it for the little ones in the family. So yeah, you could have a whole franchise. Marina, I've never seen these photos. What these ones particular? Yep, this is when Arch met Arch. Oh, you're talking about the oh sorry, you're talking about Meghan's friends, yes. Well, Cat Harlem, several of Harry's friends from the UK were in attendance at Invictus. Oh really? I did not know that. Thank you for pointing that out. The British media never mentioned them. Um yeah, thank you for letting us know because I didn't know that either. And have a good afternoon, evening, Cat Harlem. Thank you so much for coming. But J Law, it's Kate and William who don't seem to have any true friends. Well, it's interesting. I never. I mean, it's not like there's cameras following them all around that like we know 100% for sure. But you do get you do get a sense with Harry and Meghan that they do have like a good group of friends, and you could name them. But yeah, I couldn't say the same for Kate and William. And how easy would it be to be friends with the future king and queen consort? That is a very interesting friendship group to be part of, to say the least. Kim, I can't get the knot out of my stomach over the Sussexes going to the Jubilee. I know they'll take every precaution, but that invisible contract gives them longevity. Stay pray for everyone. Yeah, girls and dolls, I'm sure they'll be fine. Um, I mean, it is a very high security event, so I'm sure they'll be fine. Sylvia, I read Meghan had family in audience on her wedding day, but due to press, they were not singled out. Well, in a way, I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad they weren't because it helped them to retain their privacy. But the reason they singled them out, I think, it was to make it look like, and it was a narrative that they ran with, that she just didn't have friends and family there, which was not true. I even wonder, maybe that's the reason they sat Doria separately, maybe just to not put too much attention on the other members of the family who probably wanted to retain their privacy, and that's completely understandable. SS, the one who took the money from the tabloids was someone whose friendship ended after the first marriage. Yeah, okay, I think when her name's coming to me now, it was something like, was it something Preety? Tianka? Bianca? Something like that. Marsha, you think she'll wear a British designer? Blacklight British designer. Yeah, I think she'll wear a British designer as well. And the high school Megan attended had a watch party for the wedding. Oh, really? That's nice. We saw the rebroadcast here in the US. Well, at least here in Cali. That's nice. Carrie Ann, she should be petty and wear Jamaican or Caribbean designer. Oh, that's hilarious. Wendy, you think she'll wear an American designer? Marina, I hope she wears a below the shoulder dress just to piss them off. Below the shoulder, with a slit, backless, all of the things. Someone from the Commonwealth designers. No, I think she'll wear a British designer. I think she will. Loving all your messages to Archie. Miss P, I read somewhere that they want to move into Meghan and Harry's home near Windsor. Don't know how true that is. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Joe Blogs, I thought Angela Kelly just retired. Oh, did she retire? Okay, well, I'm happy to hear that. I did not know about that. Bonnie, aren't there? Oh, sorry. Aren't their friends the turnip toffs? Yeah. But the only ones I know of are Rose Hanbury and her husband. I don't know who the other people are. I mean, I'm assuming all the kids have godparents, but I don't know who they are. Gwendolyn, Harry and Meghan may bring their own security with them. I'm sure they'll bring their own security with them. The issue was that their security cannot bring weapons. The only security that can have weapons is the Met officers. And that's what Harry was trying to get, armed security, which you can pay for privately. So yeah, I'm sure they'll have their own, but those officers cannot have armed security. Sylvia, Meghan's family in Georgia had a beautiful wedding party as well as a baby shower. The family was interviewed. They said they'll be sending gifts. Oh, I didn't see that. I'll look into that. That's quite interesting. All right, who is going to get the last word of the day? Hello, Denise from Greece. Denise from Greece. Thanks for joining us. We're finishing off, but you can join the replay gang. Dawn, I think she'll wear one of her wedding designer dresses. Yeah, I'm banking on probably Stella McCartney. I'm banking on Stella McCartney. Bonnie, backless, crossing her legs, no tights, black nail polish. All of the simple things that apparently break royal protocol. No problem, B10 pal. Pleasure as always. Mercedes, what good is security without arms? That's a good point. And that's exactly why Harry wanted his security with arms from the Met Police, but I don't know if he can trust them. Oh, Ireland, my wife, Kensington Palace, wished Archie on this story. Oh, some acknowledgement. Anyway, I will give Faith the final word. Squaddies, let's stay positive about them going to the UK. Please, no bad energy. Agreed. All will be okay, everyone. I'm sure it will. And I actually think it will be quite wonderful. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Harry and Meghan and with the kids. And it will be the first time, other than on the Christmas card, that we get to see them all as a family, and the first time in person. So yeah, let's pray for a safe Jubilee for the Sussexes, and I will see you in the next one. My friend, don't forget, if you haven't already, to donate to the fundraiser, and have a good day. Bye bye.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole. I just can't change my emotions.